Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paola. Today, we're going to talk about art and fashion, my two favorite things. We're going to put them together to talk about color and how color affects everything you do, basically, and how people react to you, and how you look, and how things you make look, and what you're putting out into the world. Color is everywhere, and so we're going to talk about it. So first, let's talk about the color wheel. If you're not familiar with color theory at all, the color wheel is all of the colors that are in the rainbow in a wheel, and it shows you, basically, it breaks it down into what goes with each other and basically the direction and the order that colors go in. So complementary colors are colors that are opposite sides of the wheel, and those colors go very well together and it really makes them pop. So the color wheel is just a basic breakdown of everything that you need to know when it comes to Roy G. Biv, the colors of the rainbow. But let's talk about more than just Roy G. Biv. Let's talk about every color you see. Obviously, my hair color is not on the rainbow, my sweater color is not in the rainbow, so where do all of these colors fall and how do we work with them? So your neutrals, your blacks, your browns, your grays, all of those can pair really well with the color wheel and the rest of the colors in general into very cool designs or outfits or things that just become more eye-catching. So the more that you pair neutrals and brighter colors, the more exciting something that you're doing, whether it be fashion, whether it be art, is going to be. So why is color so important? Well, if you are creating a painting, or if you're creating a design, or if you're just putting clothes on in the morning, getting ready for your day, you don't want to clash, first of all, because that's just a mess. And second of all, the colors that you use, no matter what sense you're using them in, are going to evoke a response from the people who view it. So emotion and color really go hand in hand. So psychologically, we really have a response to emotions and color. We all have colors that we equate to certain emotions. So if you were talking about anger, probably everyone in their mind would think of the color red because that has been equated to anger so many times. And say you're talking about being sad, you're talking about grief, you're talking about crying, you're going to equate the color blue to it. So emotion and color have always been a pair, and we really can't get away from that. Whether we're wearing a whole outfit that's blue or designing something with blue streaks across it, is it going to always evoke that same emotion, or can you change that in some way? So the way I think you can change it is not just by using different shades of colors or layering colors together and combining different colors, but it's also about how you use the colors. For example, if you look really good in a color because your eye color, your skin tone, your hair color, then wear that color. It's not going to necessarily mean a certain emotion or a certain emotional response from other people. Say, if I looked really good in red and I was wearing red, I would feel really happy and confident, and I would probably exude that feeling, and other people would respond accordingly. So life isn't so black and white, pun intended, but you can still utilize the clothes that you wear and the colors that you wear to evoke certain feelings. It's definitely proven that psychology and color still comes into play depending on what you're wearing on your body, but it's not as important as design because it's your choice, it's your body, you can wear whatever you want, and the color is just going to be an extra. Color is definitely a lot more important in design, and I've definitely talked about this in my personal branding video, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. I talk about it a little bit, but in design, color still really evokes emotional response, and it's all this unconscious ideas and feelings that come from color use because it's such a 2D environment. So whether you're designing a logo or a poster or you're working for a company, it all really comes down to color because you're working with such a flat version and like a breakdown of everything basically. So the color really is the focal point, and if you're working for a brand or a company, you have to keep in mind what their coloring is, what they stand for as a company, and what you can do with color to evoke feelings into their customers or their viewers or their audience. So let's talk about photos and composition. On Instagram, which I think is the perfect place for art and design and fashion to come together and meet in the middle, like in this perfect, beautiful relationship, you can create something that's really, really beautiful and really aesthetically pleasing using color. So it's all about the colors that you use in the background and the foreground, meaning what you're wearing, to create a perfect mixture of the color palette you want, to create a grid that you want. And Instagram is a great platform to experiment with color, and editing programs are so easy to use to change color and just make it exactly what you want. So manipulation with photos is really, really easy online, and I just think it's so cool to work with fashion and art in that way. So a great example is that I have a black and white background, and guess what I'm wearing? A gray sweatshirt, very similar to white, and my hair is black, so it basically blends right into the background, but I think it would be a little bit different of a composition if I did something like this. So you can already see that a contrasting background with my hair color and a contrasting shirt already brightens up the entire background and composition overall. So other Paola, get it together. Another photo example I have is this one that I posted for Instagram. I love the pink background, I love how my hair pops against it, and I just like the overall composition of the photo. But I think if you saw the original photo, you would probably be a little shocked. So the photo originally looked like this. And yes, it was a yellow background and it just didn't go with my Instagram feed, but I still really liked the photo. So I decided to use some editing apps and I created the pink background. So I just took the background from yellow to pink. And I definitely think that my skin stands out a little bit better because of my lighter skin tone in the photo. It was before I got a tan, which, do I ever have a tan? I don't know. But it definitely popped a lot more in the pink background than the yellow background. And so, alas, I edited, and that's what we ended up with, which I think is a pretty big accomplishment if you ask me. Pat on my back. So color is very important in photos and composition and how you set things up, especially going with what you look like. If it's a photo of yourself, you need to use the colors that really complement you. And overall, color is just very important in everything that you do, everything you're designing, everything you're putting out there as an artist, or if you're really into fashion, color is definitely important to how you feel, how you look, how you express yourself. And overall, color is just really fun to work with. I'm trying to incorporate more color into my life. Of course, I'm sitting here with black, white, and gray, but you know what? We're working on it. We're working on ourselves in 2018, guys. But yes, that is all I wanted to talk about with color. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment down below what your favorite color is, because let's talk about it, and what you'd like to see in future videos. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe and turn on the bell. If you are subscribed and you're not getting notifications, hit it up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Been alone for 2 days, I'm so lonely.